Yo, what's going on? It is 1 p.m. here in Crystal Lake, Illinois. Means it's time for another live stream. Today is... What's today? Today's Thursday, November 13th, 2025. I lost track of days, and I even lost track of time a little bit for a second there, guys. Yeah, I'm just behind on a lot of stuff, and I'm deep in the hole. And I just realized that I left this other camera here without any sort of cover over the sensor. Sorry about that. All right, we're going to get focused and get ready for the live stream here. It's going to be a fun episode. I've got some packages. I just remembered that one of the packages is still under embargo, so I can't open that one yet. But I still have 3 other ones. Two of them, I don't know what any of them are really. So it'll be a surprise. We'll figure them out together. But first, let's say hi to everyone listening on the audio only version on the podcast. Guys, today was a gorgeous day. I had left with long tights, long sleeve, and a windbreaker layer, but I ended up not needing the windbreaker layer just because the weather was so nice. And I would have ran longer, but I ran out of time. So hopefully you have all the time you need to run today. That's my wish for you. And for everyone watching this later but not live, welcome to the #1 drive time radio show for runners. And I hope that your evening prep is going well. And by prep, I mean prepping for tomorrow. Maybe you're putting together a to-do list for tomorrow. I feel like that's probably one of the more common things, other than washing the dishes after dinner. It's probably the 2 most common things to be doing while having this on in the background. So good luck to you guys. All right. JC wants to know, is there trivia today? Not today, although I got a really good idea for a game, but it's going to take a lot of prep. A lot of prep. More prep than I'm used to. So, I got to work on that a little bit, and I'm trying to get the next training series episode out. So those usually take a long time. But I'm making some good progress on that. So maybe next week, but I'm not sure. But hopefully, it'll be fun. It'll be really fun. Martha's here. She says, my foot that got injured by a big impatient guy who kind of bumped me sideways is 90% recovered. Hoping to resume running next week. Well, I hope you have continue to have a fast recovery, Martha. Corey's here. What's going on, Corey? He says, been a minute since I made it to a live show. It's good to see you. And, Daniel Burton says, I worked 11 and a half hours last night. My legs were wasted on my run this morning. Oh goodness. My legs were not feeling great today. Yesterday was a double workout day. I'm not calling it double threshold because I don't know if it counts as double threshold, but it was 2 hard sessions or 2 harder sessions, 2 not easy sessions. And so, yeah, I'm tired. And the day before that, I lifted legs at the gym. So my legs are just tired. So like I did a nice easy miles today, and that was nice. I was getting into a rhythm though. I was bummed that I had to cut it short. Luis is here, says, yo, what's going on? What's going on, Luis? And let's see, I had another one. Al said there's rain in California. Good afternoon for a run. Nice. Dude, I heard you guys are getting a lot of rain in California today. Atmospheric river, I feel like was a word that was bandied about. So hopefully you guys aren't getting any flash floods. All right. Mark says, hey everyone, I had a tough 10K on Saturday with a high of 85. Then the cold front hit, a high of 50 Monday, now back to 80. So yeah, I've got a cold. Yeah. You know what's funny is every time there are wild temperature swings in the Midwest, and in the Midwest we've got lots of those. Every time it happens, me and my wife always kind of like look over at each other and we're like, if we hear like someone sniffle in public, we're like, yeah, a lot of people are going to be sick next week, It's just those swinging one way tends to be like, all right, human bodies can handle that. But when it goes back and forth, that's when everyone's immune system kind of goes crazy. I was worried because there was a couple of mornings in a row after my snowy run on Saturday. Was it Saturday or Sunday? Sunday. The next 2 mornings I woke up kind of feeling a little bit congested almost, a little bit, maybe I had a sore throat, and I was like, oh man, I just kind of kicked a semi-cold after coming back from France, and now I got this, but it went away, so I think I'm fine. But now it's getting warmer again, so I don't know, maybe I spoke too soon, maybe I just jinxed it. Hey, one thing I want to talk to you guys about today. So I saw on someone's social media. I don't know if it was New York Roadrunners or if it was Peloton. I don't think I follow Peloton, or maybe it was Dez's thing, but like it was Dez, one of the Peloton instructors. She's very famous, and I just don't know her name. That's my fault. Um, the two of them are running on a treadmill, and they're narrating a video of the New York City Marathon course. Have you guys seen this? Um, and I'm like, oh man, I can't imagine how much Peloton is paying for all of this. To have one of their most popular run trainers with Des Linden and getting like, because it's from like it's like they drove a car through New York Marathon on race day. So you're seeing the entire race course. There's people along the sides, you know, kind of like how iFit has a thing for Boston Marathon, and you can run along the Boston Marathon course. And I know that like having stuff like that is one of the big reasons why the BAA is so defensive about people filming on the course, because they want to be able to sell the rights to stuff like that. Even though there's like a dude that ran like a 3:15 Boston in the COVID year, he had like a DJI Osmo, the Osmo thing, the entire time. And so that's available, still up. I'm guessing he don't care if he gets BAA'd. But they haven't been able to take that one down. But anyway, but like, so that's kind of like one of the big reasons. And so I was worried that like, oh, is New York Roadrunners going to start going the same way, where they're going to be like, hey, we got to protect our IP. So we need you to take your videos down. So it'll be interesting to see how they approach that. Raquel Escatel says, is it Bex Gentry, Peloton instructor? Yes. I think it's spelled a little bit differently than how you spelled it, Raquel, but that's the person. It's the one that she seems to be well loved by everybody. But yeah, so I posted something about on Instagram, and one of my friends I went to law school with, she uses a Nordic Track treadmill. I have a Nordic Track as well, but I don't use the iFit subscription. She does. And she says that she was telling me, oh yeah, iFit has all the majors like this. And I was like, oh, I didn't know they had all of them. That's interesting. She's like, yeah, you can train for any major, like run along the course with iFit. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that. And then Amelia Benton messaged me, and she's like, yeah, I use iFit, and the New York Marathon course has been removed from their offerings now because of, I think she said because of this. I'm not sure, but I'm assuming it's because of this. And so now iFit has like 5 of the 6 majors that you can run. But now Peloton has the New York one. And so I told this to my friend. I was like, yo, check your account, see if you can still find New York in there. And she was like, it's gone now. I was like, oh. So we were all kind of figuring out. But it's a weird thing. I mean, yeah, I guess there's money to be made, right? So people are gonna try to make money. JC says, yeah, no video for you. And Sean says, it's like movies coming on and off platform. I know. I mean, we need physical media, maybe, I guess. I need to buy a DVD. Give it to me in a DVD. Is that going to be the future where we're all buying remember those little DVD players that they used to sell? It can run off of like AAA batteries or AA batteries, or you can plug them in, and it's like the size of the old netbooks. Remember that? Are we going to go to that and we're like be hoarding DVDs again? Yeah, I don't know. Frank says it's ridiculous to try and copyright a route on public streets. See, like I feel like I'm less mad about like when it's race day and they're driving a car through the course and showing you the exact course, you know? I think it becomes much less defensible when it's like I'm standing on a sidewalk along the route and filming the race as it goes by. You know, like that seems, and they're saying like that's a copyright violation. Or if I happen to be standing like near the finish line and I film like, I think the way that BAA considers it, like if you film their logo and put that in a video, that's copyright violation. I think they're wrong, but that's what they would argue, you know. So it's very strange. It's very strange. But like it makes me nervous seeing that it's happening, because then it means, okay, now two brands want to get in on this, and they're definitely going to want some like exclusivity protection to happen. And so what does that mean for regular people, you know? JC says, I watched one of the guys driving. Watch one with guys driving the Fargo course a few years ago. There's so many turns. That's interesting. Like the CIM one is interesting too, because the CIM one, I feel like they did it. It's like day of. But it's there's something about it's weird the way it kind of like it gets edited, you know. Vanessa says, we might need to start hoarding DVDs. They say we don't really own anything digital. I keep physical copies when I can. See, my wife, who she does not appreciate it when I say that she is a hoarder, but she has a hard time throwing away things sometimes. And there was a point where I made her get rid of a lot of VHS tapes. And now that like things come on and off streaming, and we're like, now I'm like, and maybe we should go buy some Blu-rays, because we bought another Blu-ray player like within the last year. She's like, see, I told you we shouldn't have got rid of those VHS tapes. I'm like, well, we're talking about going out buying Blu-rays versus VHS tapes. So it's a little bit different, but you were kind of right, you know. So she was right on that. And Mark says, you know what? I'll stick to my secret YouTube videos of the New York City and Boston course. Shh. Yeah. So he says, Coke calls his wife a hoarder with a wall of shoes in the background. That's pretty funny. You know what's funny is that I bought 3 more of these bookshelves. I just haven't assembled them yet. And so I have a pile. In addition to this, I have 3 more bookshelves over there by the home gym part of this basement. And then another pile of shoes that are waiting for more bookshelves to be built. And yesterday I was just having a conversation with my younger daughter. I was like, we might need to start building some sort of archive system. She's like, what's that? I'm like, it's a way of keeping stuff, but storing it away so that way I don't have so it takes up less space for stuff that I don't need to reach for that often. So I don't know. I gotta think of something. Like, you know, those rolling ones? That's what I want. Because, I mean, like, there isn't really a much more space-efficient way of storing them than this. You know what I mean? And so, like, this is a pretty efficient way. To have them, I mean, I don't know. I just need, like, a card, like a library stacks or something, you know? Kel Dolly says, I really like having DVDs. I miss being able to see the covers, like browsing in video stores and picking out movies that way. Miss those times. So my kids and my nieces and nephews really love escape rooms. I guess it's not my kids. Everybody's kids love escape rooms, right? So they love escape rooms. And so we went to one that's near where my kid goes to rock climbing. We went over there. And one of the escape rooms is an old Blockbuster video. And the premise of the escape room is it's the last week. This Blockbuster store is closing down, you know, but they have like a wall of videos and stuff, and it's really fun. Yeah. So I was like, do my kids even know where they are right now? Like, I don't think that they understand what this room is. You know what I mean? Yeah, Mark Del Carmen said Blu-ray is great, lots of extra features. Yeah, my biggest concern is like the like resolution, because of VHS, because VHS was like the resolution wasn't great. And then we went from DVDs to Blu-rays. I gotta admit, I don't always see the difference, and maybe it's the TVs that I have. I don't always see the difference between DVDs and Blu-rays, except when we're watching animated stuff. Then I really notice. But I do like having Blu-rays now. The only thing I don't like about Blu-rays which we bought a newer Blu-ray player and it solved a lot of those problems. Is like it used to take really long for your Blu-rays to load. Do you guys remember that? It would take forever. Like you would put the DVD in and then go make popcorn, you know? And maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit because it maybe wouldn't take 2.5 minutes or however long popcorn takes, but it took a long time. And that to me was like, and then like, it's always the theft protections. It's related to the monetization of the New York Marathon course. It all ties together. So what really drove me nuts in terms of Blu-ray and why for a while I was ripping my DVDs. I never figured out how to rip Blu-rays, but I ripped a lot of my DVDs before we got rid of a lot of them. I don't even know where those files are anymore though. But the thing that made me the most frustrated not was the load times, that was annoying, but was the unskippable commercials and then like the piracy warnings, like all those things that took forever. You couldn't skip it. And like there's just something extremely frustrating about popping in an old DVD and being unable to skip a teaser trailer for like The Mask coming up. You know what I mean? Like it's just like I'm like, The Mask has been out for 15 years. I should be able to skip this commercial now. Like, I don't know. So like that drove me nuts. Maybe I'm unusual about it, but yeah, that got me. That is what made me like, I'm switching to streaming. All I have to do is hit like the menu button and then bleep 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 bleep. There's my movie, and I'm in. You know. That was my rant for today. I was carrying that, guys. I feel so much better. I feel so much better having said that. Oh my goodness. And Mark says though, like there is a big difference between Blu-ray and streaming services. We always go with Blu-ray if we have it. That is another thing that like I kind of stopped noticing for a while, and then once we started buying Blu-rays again, I was like, this TV is amazing. Because like just the image quality is really good. And Mark says, just let it out, Co, for my rant. I needed to get it out. So he says it's Thursday therapy on Kofuzi Run Club. And Papa says it's super critical, Co. Yeah. Kel Dolly says the piracy warning. The Australian piracy warning is absolutely classic. And remember on VHS there was a reminder to rewind the tapes. Yeah. It was a lot. It was a time. You know. Yeah. All right. Daniel Britton says, let it go. Let it go. All right. It's out. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for letting me do that. All right, let's get to some of these things that are here. I don't know what these packages are. This one is from Amazon. I've been trying not to buy things from Amazon if I can help it, but I think someone sent this. Oh, I think someone sent this to me. I think it's a book. People have been reaching out to me about books. I guess because it's holiday time. It's a good gift season time. Maybe that's why. But someone reached out to me about this. And we're like, would you be interested in reading it? So I thought, I don't know anything about it. But it's called 50 Ways to F Up a Marathon by Alan Yen. Alan reached out to me and was like, would you be interested in this? And I was like, sure. And he said, would you want, what is it? EPUB, the digital file, and it wasn't a PDF. Sometimes people just send me a PDF when it's like early releases of a book. But sometimes people send me a PDF and then, or the EPUB, like the Kindle Reader version one. But I was like, the book is probably better because then I can hold it and show people that I'm reading it, you know? So I'll take a look at this one. Some initial, you know, you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover, right? But like, I like the Wheaties like theme that's going on here, right? I don't love that it doesn't seem to be like this is a picture of a runner. You know, it's a picture of a person that fell, you know, but I don't know. It's certainly not a person that's racing. It doesn't seem like it. And I don't think these are running shoes. You guys tell me. You know what I mean? So I'm like, can we not get? I don't know what's going on. Did you guys hear that? That was my dog howling. Yeah, you know what it probably is. The only time my dog howls, so that her crate faces the big sliding glass doors to go out to the backyard, and sometimes like a plastic shopping bag will float through the backyard. If something floats, that freaks her out, and so that's probably what she sees. Either that or there might be a cat back there. I don't know. I think that she's been finding I think there's a mole somewhere in our backyard. Maybe it's mice, because mice also burrow, right? I think there's something burrowing in our backyard. But she's been digging right around where I think that pest lives. So I don't know. Who knows what she's seeing, but she's going nuts. But yeah, JC says, yeah, she's beagling. And Vincent says, oh, fur baby. Yeah. Eric says, Casper, the friendly Costco plastic bag. My daughter brought home a balloon one day. Not like a helium balloon, just like a regular balloon that you fill up and then tie the end of it. And it like landed on the floor. That freaked her out for a good like 10, 15 minutes. She like did I don't know how to approach it. I'm gonna pounce, like that kind of thing. She did that for a long, long time. Yeah, but yeah, yeah. So this is the book. I'll give it a read. I was gonna say, while we're on the subject, there's another book that I've been reading, another running book that's very regional. It's about running in like the driftless region here, but it's not about trail running in the driftless region. But I've been reading that one too. That one's been not as interesting narratively. I thought it might be like a Midwest version of Running with the Buffaloes. So maybe I came in with really high hopes, but I'll show that one to you guys later. Mark Peterson says, oh, by the way, large sale going on at Running Warehouse. I got the same singlet that the Kofuzi Run Club singlets were made with, but with a Canadian flag print for $19.88. Normally like $70. That's really funny. That's amazing. I just saw someone else on YouTube. I forget his name. He's a guy out of Ohio. I wanted to say a young guy out of Ohio. Because he seems so much younger than I am, but he's 30. Which is not old, but not young, I guess, either. But anyway, he just got one, but it was plain. And so like that's the second time I've seen it, and like it's come up now twice in like the same day. All right, let's go to this package. This one is from someone at my management. I don't know what they would be sending me. What is all this? They sent me a stuffed cactus? Oh, it's a dog toy. Oh, I was like, what? I'm like, what do I need a stuffed cactus for? Oh, okay. So let's send a little care package. Some more training treats. And then, oh, this is cool. Epic runs of the world. I think they're maybe trying to get me to think a little bit more broadly. No, I think they're trying to just get me to help me get some ideas and get inspired for some of the news stories that I want to tell. This is cool. Oh, thanks, guys. Epic runs of the world. This is super cool. I wonder who wrote this. Seems like a team writing. How does a book like this get put together? What was the name of that one guy that was doing the podcast with Rich Roll? Is he still doing it for a while? That guy used to work for Lonely Planet, right? There's no like authorship on this, so I'm guessing it's like they have like a bunch of people that get together on it. But thanks, guys, at Coastline Creatives. That was very nice of you. Thanks for sending that. You know what's good, though, is this is a tougher chew toy. And my dog has been... We get her, like, the regular soft stuffies, you know? And she's been figuring out a way to, like, break them open and pull out all the stuffing. Luckily, she doesn't eat too much of the stuffing, but she does like to pull it out. And so it's like it gets everywhere. Yeah. This, Frank says, it looks like this has another layer inside of it for after the first layer gets chewed off. Maybe. It kind of feels, it looks like a football. Like a toy football. And then it has a cactus on it, sewn onto the outside. Maybe. I don't know, but it's nice. Vince Inman says, sounds like a master shredder. She's not as bad as Buddy was. Buddy would do like the death thing where he's like grabs it and then like flings it back and forth and like twists it. You know, like that figure eight thing that dogs do. She doesn't really do that, but she will just like quietly gnaw on it until like the seam breaks. You know? All right. Let's do this big one. I mean, I know where it's from. I ordered these nitric oxide pills. I took them yesterday for my run. I think they work. I kind of think that they work. But let's see what's in. I don't know. Yeah, this is for me. But I don't know what this would be. I don't know where I put my knife. I had to clean up my desk. That's a problem. Because I got invited to participate. I don't know if I'm for sure in. I don't know if it was a tryout or if it was you're in. But like someone from GQ reached out and was like, we're profiling health influencers or something like that. And they're like, we'd love to be able to get some photos and B-roll of you and like video of you, like kind of doing your thing and also some behind the scenes. So I had to clean up my desk for that because I didn't want to show people how messy my desk really is. But now I don't know where my knife is. So I don't know how to get this open now. Mark says, "Oh, what's going on? Checking in from New York City today. Here for the weekend." Oh, that's nice. I think you guys are getting a cold front today, this weekend. This is a lot harder to open when you don't have a knife. But so for today, in the description, Sean says, "My knife." I don't know why. I think I was at the right age when Borat came out, where I will kind of always think that Borat is funny. But anyway, so today on the description for the live stream, I put that like this is the beginning of some hectic times. And as much as I am trying to focus on Valencia training, and I'd say overall it's going well. It's starting to go well now. I feel like things are finally starting to fall into place. I've got a lot of travel coming up. This weekend, I mean, we're not traveling far. We're going to Milwaukee, and we don't need to go spend the night there. And it'd be just a night. We don't need to spend a night there, but oh, there's my knife. I see it. But my older daughter rock climbs competitively, but my younger daughter does not want to be on the rock climbing team. But she said, I might want to try a competition one day. And so this weekend she's trying it. So since both of them are going to compete, we decided let's make it easy. Let's not wake everyone up super early and have to drive over there and worry about traffic. Let's just go spend the night in Milwaukee. So we got that. And then the next weekend, I think we're going to go to, I think there's a competition in Madison. And then the weekend after that is Thanksgiving. And then the week after that is Valencia. So it's like I'm going, these are all relatively easy trips. It's just driving, but like it's going to be disruptive to the weekend because if there's competitions, then I'm on my feet a lot. I don't have my normal running schedule and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about it, but I mean, I guess like this is peak week. We're in week 9 right now. Next week I'll start coming down. Next week will still be a really tough week, but like this week I hopefully, touch wood, will be the highest mileage week. Next week will still be high, but not as high as this week. And then after that, it's Thanksgiving and it's the taper. And Thanksgiving is an easier trip for me because when I'm at my in-laws' house, everyone pretty much leaves me alone because the kids have their cousins. My wife has her family. And so I just kind of go do whatever I want, which is kind of nice, but it's still, you're not at home. You're not eating your regular things. For me, eating enough is always a challenge at my in-laws' house, which is kind of a weird thing for most people to say about their in-laws' house, I would imagine. But it's a little bit harder. It's hard to be a vegetarian in Iowa sometimes, I'd say, And Adam says, and then there's TRE. And Eric says, I'll miss the TRE coverage from Co. Guys, I might go to TRE. I've been avoiding it. But someone made an offer that I don't know that I can refuse. So I don't know. So I may end up there, but I'm not going to cover. If I go, I won't be going to cover the event. I'd be going with a brand. But then it's basically it's like the same thing as like we've talked about how it's like Christmas with the Cranks, right? We're not doing Christmas this year. And then what happens at the last minute? Enrique comes along, and now they got to put on a Christmas party at the last minute. I feel like I'm pretty much right there. I'm equal parts Tim Allen, and I'm equal parts Jamie Lee Curtis putting on her Christmas vest. Enrique came with us. What's an Enrique? Yeah, Mark says you can't escape. I know. But like, yeah. Vanessa says, Teddy, I told you, you didn't tell me. Yeah. Think Through Talk says, is there a bucket list marathon you haven't run that you would like to run? I think, I'd love to do the original Athens marathon. But that one's challenging and it's hot. So like, 2 things that I don't like for my marathons to be. So that might be a save for later kind of one. And then I'd say a bigger bucket list item than that one though, and this one would be even harder because I think it's hotter and it's more challenging, would be the Great Wall Marathon. Johnny says, yes, go to TRE would meet up for a group run. I mean, I think if I go to TRE, I don't know. Because it's like that's a taper week for me. It's race week. And so like I'll have things that I need to be doing. And then other than that, like I don't want to then fill up my calendar with appointments and being on my feet all day, Herm says, can we eat hot dogs at TRE together? Yeah. If we could find some vegetarian hot dogs, yeah. I have not heard back yet. Guys, I did email Fuel for the Soul asking about the hot dogs and the nitrate situation. I'm waiting for a response. And Martha says, read Dean Karnazes' book. I think it's the last one he wrote, centered around running the OG marathon. That will cure you. Was it a horrible experience? Yeah. And Michael I says, does the vegetarian hot dog water feel the same way as the standard hot dog water? I would say probably not. I'm guessing there's way fewer nitrates in it, or nitrites. And Martha says, is it nitrates or nitrites? So I was reading something where it's like nitrates get converted in the body to nitrites, which then gets converted into the thing that your body needs that makes beet juice good for you. I could have oversimplified that and read it wrong. I'm not sure. So I don't know. I don't know what it is, and that's why I'm still waiting on a response. I hope they don't think I'm pranking them and that it's not a real question, because it is a real question. I want to know. All right, let's get to this box. It's a box within a box. Oh, what's this? Oh, it's a nice box. This is like an unboxing box. Oh, it's one of those ones with like a magnetic. Hear that? Oh, what's this? We got a lot of stuff in here. Oh, what's this? Hold on. It says, we hope you enjoy some of these goodies from the feed, as well as a fun surprise to hold your hydration. All right, guys, here's the thing that caught my eye first. Oh, boy. Look at this. This bottle says non-elite runner. Look at how hairy these legs are. It's accurate though. Elite shoe wearer. Run with me at Kovuzi. Look at that. That's nice. Why did they send this to me? I have no idea. All right. What else? Louis says this is the embargo card. Yeah, no embargo card. Yeah. Let's see. So there's some of these pillar triple magnesium things, professional recovery. What flavors are these? I had some of these in Australia. The pineapple coconut flavor I had. And I think I might have had this one at the booth at Chicago Marathon. Good flavors. I don't know if triple magnesium is good for recovery or not. I haven't tried it regularly enough. And then they put in, I didn't know that Precision Fuel had these. Look at this, 30 grams carb chews. What do we think this tastes like? What do you think this, does anyone know? Does anyone know what these is? Don't say if you know, but if you don't know what this is, tell me if you think that this, if I open this, is it going to be a gummy or is it going to be like a really dense granola bar? Which one do you think? And then after some people guess, I'll eat one. But I was just thinking today. Well, I was thinking last night. So I did my second workout the night. I finished at like 9 o'clock. I took a shower and I was like, I'm ready for bed, but I haven't drank any water since my run. It was 5K tempo with a mile on each end for a warm-up cool down. And so I was like, I should hydrate more. And I'm like, oh, I should probably need to take in some protein before I go to bed. And then I remember reading in Nick Thompson's book, he was like, you do all your recovery at bedtime. So I always tried to load up on protein right before bed. And I'm like, why don't they make a protein pill? Why don't they make a sugar pill? I mean, I know they make placebos, but why don't they make a sugar pill? You know what I mean? So I could just have that as my carb load. I don't know. All right, Eric, this is a Precision Fuel gobstopper. You think it's a hard candy? Jesse Abram thinks it's a gummy. Martha thinks it's a beet chew. And Frank, this is going to be like a power bar, super chewy. Spencer Reek says gummy, I think. So he says, my first thought was gummy, but that would be a big gummy. But that would be fun, though. That would make carb loading a lot more fun. All right. 30 grams of carbs. First ingredient, sugar. So there we go. I can't read these things. Less than 0.1 gram of fat. 30 grams of carbs. No fiber, no salt. It's just sugar. The ingredients are sugar, cornstarch, and water. Citric acid may contain traces of nuts and sesame. Oh, that's good morning. This is not what I thought, guys. This is not what I thought. I thought it was going to be like a fudge brownie, like a power bar, like Frank said. But it's like a, what is this? It's like a gumdrops, I think. Yeah. It's not exactly like a gummy, but it's more like a gummy than anything. Tastes like duck. Have you guys had Korean duck? It tastes like duck with a little bit of lemon and sugar in it, like a rice cake, almost. I think that's the closest consistency that I can talk about. I was not expecting 2 squares, and I think the only reason it's powdery is because otherwise everything would stick together. So maybe there's just cornstarch. It doesn't taste like there's powdered sugar on the outside. But yeah, that's 30 grams. That'll be useful. Someone says, Mark says, it looks like a lot to eat when running at marathon pace. I agree. But if you're running at 50K pace, this might be what you need if your stomach can't handle a lot of volume at the moment. I'm going to try to eat this whole thing in one. Guys, this is a lot. I can't say they taste good. But they don't taste bad. Honestly, it tastes... If you told me that this was like a Korean dessert, I'd be like, that tracks. I keep getting hair in my face. Oh. All right, guys. That was fun. It's really noisy to eat, though. Lena says, I don't think my dentist would like it. Probably not. It's not super sticky, though. It's just, it's dense, but it's not chewy sticky. And Racy Ring says, you eat it before running. I could see that. Yeah, and Vanessa says 30 grams for the size is good. I don't love the taste or texture, but it's manageable. I agree. I feel like this is another one of those things where I feel like, you know what? If I've already had like 1,000 milligrams of salt in my fluids, my palate might be primed exactly for something like this. You know what I mean? Like the knack drink. When I drank it here, it tasted like it was like nothing, no flavor. But when I had it on a long run, I was like, oh, this is good. So I feel like, yeah, I think this is it. All right. Mark says, what else is in the box? Here we go. Swiss RX, the same company that makes these nitrous oxide things, sent Happy Tummy optimized formula to reduce bloating. Okay, Gas X or something? What else is in here? Is it just to reduce bloating? There's fiber, 2 grams of fiber. Like Metamucil, that's like 4 grams of fiber, right? So it's like half a Metamucil. Vitamin C, L-glutamine, probiotic blend. I think this is just a probiotic drink. De-bloat and strengthen your gut. Prebiotic and gut soothing. Functional ingredients. Okay. We've got 2 of those. I guess we'll have to try those next time. Then we got some goos. Strawberry banana I've had. Lemon sublime I've not had. Campfire s'mores I've not had either. So maybe... Should I eat one of these too? I did just run, so my body could use some sugar, I guess. Let's have the campfire s'mores. I have a feeling I'm going to be jittery by the end of this one. And there's no caffeine in this one. Oh, wait. Is there caffeine in this one? These other ones say no caffeine. And this one doesn't say it at all. But I don't think there's caffeine in here. Doesn't say. But it does have their goo amino acid blend. L-leucine, L-valine, and L-isoleucine. This s'mores one is pretty good. I like this one. And so the s'mores isn't bad. Yeah, this is good. I could eat this one for sure. I only like these chocolate ones. Like I would get the goo Roctane. There was a chocolate coconut one, I think. I like goo in the winter. I don't like it in the summer. It's too gooey. That's a good one. All right. When we've got, they got 3 Happy Tummies in here. This is a daily superfood breakfast shake by Kyoku. Oh my goodness. I think I'm getting too old to read this. There's a lot. There's a lot of stuff in here. Sweet potato, chia, beet. There's beets in here. Apple. Oh, ashwagandha. Broccoli, spinach, collards, capsicum, sour cherry, black pepper. I feel like it's got everything, every buzz vegetable that we've heard about in the last like 5 years is in this. Blend with 14 ounces of water or nut milk. Okay. I'll have to try that. Calorically, because it says it's a super shake, a breakfast shake, superfood breakfast shake. So it's got 170 calories, 3.5 grams of fat, 20 grams of carbs, and 17 grams of protein. So, yeah, okay. All right. Decent amount of stuff. Martha says that tiny print is anti-ageist. Yeah, it's been weird. I don't know. Like this year my eyesight has just gotten worse. Like I can't focus on things that are close. Like I don't know. Do I need bifocals? That makes me feel really old. But like sometimes like I can't see. So I will admit that I have taken pictures of stuff with my iPhone and then zoomed in on it because I couldn't see like stuff like that's real small like this on the back of this vitamin bottle, so those. All right. Graham Haynes has a question about Never Second gels. I never heard of them before running Indy this year. They were on the course nutrition. Grabbed some on the course, but haven't tried them yet. I'm pretty sure that I have. I want to say, does Lindsay Flanagan use Never Second? I always try to ask the athletes what they're using. And right now, like a lot of people are using UCAN. A lot of course people are using Martin. A lot of people using Science and Sport, but I'm seeing a lot more a surge from Precision Fuel and Hydration, and also Never Second. Never Second was real popular, like I think this summer or maybe last summer. I don't know. Okay, let's keep going. Stryker has put some stuff in here. A protein rice bar. This one is sea salted caramel, and this one is lemon drizzle. I don't think I could eat these right now, guys. But this is vegan and gluten-free, 15 grams of protein and 45 grams of carbs. That's a lot of carbs in this. Who needs a sugar pill? And then they also put in this Dream Shot for more restorative sleep, better muscle recovery, and enhanced relaxation. What's in it? Does it make triple magnesium? Cherry Pure Tart Cherry Juice from concentrate and vegetable glycerin. So it's a cherry flavored drink. Cherry juice, L-glycine, Pepti Sleep, trademark, brown rice, protein hydrolysate, L-theanine. Wait, isn't L-theanine a stimulant? No. And ashwagandha extract. Isn't that a stimulant too? I don't know. I'll try it. Maybe I'll bring it for some of my travels to see if it helps me to sleep. Not that I really need help sleeping. I need help creating enough time in my schedule to sleep enough. Falling asleep, if I just open a book and start reading for 5 minutes, I'll fall asleep. But it says it's a nighttime recovery formula crafted to support restful sleep and overnight repair. Let's open this up and see what it looks like. What do we think it looks like? Do we think it looks like a, what's that shot that everyone drinks? The ketones? Is it? Yeah, it looks like ketones. All right. I don't want to go to sleep, so I can't try that now. Next, we've got. Can you imagine if I ate one of every of the gels that came in here? I'm glad I stopped at a certain point. Amex Sport Nutrition turbo gel cola lime flavor. That sounds really nice. And it sounds like it's just like liquid in here. Pure liquid. Not like, so they also put some beta fuel in here too. Orange flavor, which I like, but the beta fuel is more viscous. It's thicker than the regular Science and Sport. This stuff is less viscous than the Science and Sport. It sounds like they just put like, it sounds like water in a bag on this one. But there's citrus flavor, cola, lime. Yeah. So a bunch of those. For the beta fuels, they put in a strawberry and lime flavor. I've never tried that one. But these have 40 grams of carbs in it, I want to say. They're doubles. 160 calories. 41 grams of carbs in each one of these. The regular Science and Sports, I think, are 20, right? And then Martin Gel 160s. So my friend Luke Talbot was trying some of these, and he said that these gels taste different than regular Martin gels. And I was like, I don't think so. I think it's just a bigger bag. Has anyone tried these? Does anyone know? Matt says he used Science and Sport during Ironmans. I like that it's watery, and I don't need to take it with water when racing. It's just smoother. That's why I love the regular Science and Sport. Not the beta fuels are a little bit thicker. And still, you don't need fluid with them, but I prefer that it's a little bit more fluid-like in the regular kind. Patrick says, was there maybe a note in the box? There was. It's not an embargo, right? Yeah. It's just it was a note. All right. Leona says, this is a long box opening. All good, but is it a record? It might be. There's just a lot of stuff in here. But we're at the end. The last thing is Mortal Hydration. Thirst Quencher Sampler Pack. One, I love the I love the art on this. Okay. So they made it sized for a bottle for 22 ounces. It is, there's an Aloha flavor, which I'm guessing is like pineapple, a watermelon, and a grapefruit. And let's see, 35 calories. Wait, what? 8 grams of carbs. 450 milligrams of salt. I'm trying so hard to read this, guys. No protein. A little bit of calcium. Some magnesium. Okay. Oh, there's also Aloha salty, watermelon salty, and grapefruit salty. Don't die in your next workout. So I think this is more about salts than it is sugars. All right, so we got a salty version and a regular version of each of those flavors. Yeah, so 8 grams of carbs. The salty version has 900 milligrams of salt in here. Yeah. Okay, some potassium. All right, so I'll have to give these a try as well. So we'll have a big mukbang on Monday. I'll bring a bunch of water down and we'll try all this. Patrick, is there something I'm missing? Did I miss something else? I think I got it all. I think that's it. That's everything that was in the box. Thank you to the feed for sending that. I was not expecting that. So that was a nice little treat. And just as I'm like trying to get more protein and more sugars just throughout the day, because I am going to long run tomorrow. So today's a carb load day. I guess yesterday should have been a carb load day too. But yeah. Yeah, these will be fun to try out. Andrew Scott says the feed needs an advent calendar. I agree. That'd be a fun one. I mean, that's pretty much what this was. They just need to sell the box. And guys, I gotta tell you, I am drawn to this drawing of the hairy legs. I can't stop looking at it. This is so funny. Yeah. Anyway. Matt wants to know, has anyone else tried Martin's bicarb stuff? Is it poison? Is it cheating? Do you feel like it works? I have not tried the bicarb. The science is there, right, for bicarb and helping sprinters anyway, right? For endurance athletes, I don't know that the research is there, but it seems like a lot of athletes like it, even for long, not even just middle distance guys. And that's what I meant by sprinters. So not just for like 800, 1500. Marathoners like it. A lot of the marathoners are doing it. That doesn't always mean it's good. Like a lot of marathoners take ketones too, and I don't know how good those are. But I do feel like the science is there for the bicarb. Vanessa says there's a guy on socials that decorates his leg hair, bows, glitter, whatever, fun. I think I could probably do that. I have strangely hairy legs in relation to like the rest of my body. Anyway, I think I could probably, maybe I could pull that off. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know that I'm going to try. I don't think that's for me. I did see, where was I? Two things that I saw. Today, I saw a dude at the park when I went for my run. He was putting on rollerblades, and then he got his dog out of the car, and it was a giant white fluffy dog, a big one. And I think it was an Akita, because it was too big to be a husky. But that dog pulled him along. But that dog had dyed hair. It had a rainbow tail and purple feet. Because it was white. I guess it was easy to dye the dog's hair. But yeah, that was remark-worthy. That was interesting. And then, what was the other thing that I was going to say? I'm trying to think. I recently encountered a guy with a lot of beard charms. Now, my brother-in-law can grow a crazy, like, hill country kind of guy beard. Like, it gets super thick. And he did that one year for Christmas. He put Christmas ornaments in his beard, and it just looked like it hurt. You know, he said it doesn't, but it looks like it's uncomfortable. I don't know. Yeah, Shannon said it was a unicorn dog. It kind of was. But I feel like as festive and friendly as the dog looked from his coloring, I don't know that he was that friendly of a dog. Akitas aren't really known for their friendliness, right? And the dog was peeing like every 20 feet. He was marking. He was rubbing his paws in the dirt. He was peeing on everything. He would, every time he saw another dog, he would pee. You know, so I'm like, I don't know how friendly that dog is, but he looked friendly. But yeah. Yeah. All right. I think that's a good place to end it for today, guys. I thought someone had a question. It was not the bicarb question. Sorry. And I wanted to get to it, but I saw it. Let me see if I can find it one more. Oh, Vanessa said this thing about L-theanine, which I wanted to read too. L-theanine is from green tea leaves, but is known for reducing stress and improving sleep quality. I take it with my magnesium. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Okay. And Andrew Scott says ashwagandha helps to calm and suppress cortisol. Okay. I thought, I get ashwagandha and beta-alanine confused sometimes, even though they sound nothing alike. But I switch them sometimes. Okay. Sorry if I didn't. Someone had a really good question, and I don't know where it went. Sorry, I missed it. I should have gotten to it when I saw it. All right. That's going to be it for today, guys. For those of you on the West Coast, stay dry out there. And then for those of you East Coast, stay warm. And then everybody have a good run. Are there any races this weekend? I don't think there's racing this weekend, is there? But if you're having a race, good luck to you. I'd love to hear about it on Monday when I'll see you guys next time. I got a lot of eating and drinking to do. So Monday will be another kind of mukbang kind of day. All right, guys. So we'll have that to look forward to. And hopefully I'll get that training video out for you guys to watch as well. So if you got a treadmill run coming up, I got you. All right, guys. Be safe out there. Bye.